And we're live. All right. So this is the end of the year, Ask the Experts. And it's more about really reflecting on this past year, which has been quite interesting, and looking towards next year. So it might not be so much Ask the Experts as commiserate with your coworkers. And I think this will be kind of fun. We every year we talk about what we've done, what we've worked on, all the fun things that have happened, and we look towards the next year. Clearly, it's unique this year, but by no means is it not time to kind of give ourselves a pat on the back of some things that have done well, and look into what we could do next year to continue that trend. So I'll start with who's missing today, and then I'll get to who's here. So we have Maribel, Juan Carlos, and Deborah. Maribel and Deborah really are a two-headed monster that gets this operation started in the morning, along with Kim. They are incommunicado. They're busy for today, which is fine, and we'll get to them again. Oh, just as I say that, Maribel joins the race. Hi, Maribel. Stay covered. Stay quiet. You're good to go. And that, my dear, is organic Zoom meeting content. So Deborah won't be joining us, and Juan Carlos also. So our tag team tandem that really they do all the behind scenes stuff that makes our membership and our day-to-day operation work. Unfortunately, we won't see them today, but we'll have them again in the future. But with that said, let's go forward. We have Peter and Susan and Carissa and Kim and Brandee and Mimi to discuss today things we can reflect back on and things we can look forward to. And only because she's usually the ringleader, I'm going to pick on Susan first. And and fondly enough, she and I and she and everybody have been working closely this year, very much so. Ironically, we've only sat next to each other for, I don't know, 6 weeks since you were the new person before we all decided to go home.
Mm-hmm. Very new.
Yeah. So Susan, I don't know what state you're in these days. It doesn't really matter because everywhere you are, you execute. But talk about your ridiculous 2020.
Uh, well, New York City was new to me. I moved there at the end of 2019, and I was just getting on my feet. So when all this happened, I'd only been in New York for maybe 7 months, 7, 8 months. So I was just really getting into the groove and starting to like it. And all this happened, and I am fortunate to be in the position that I am to have work, still available for me. And actually, I'm staying pretty busy, so that's a good thing. So I'm very lucky and grateful that I happened to land with Hearst in in my very short time in New York, and I'm loving it. I'm loving the work that we do, and I love Hearst, and I love all the people that I work with. So it's been good.
Good.
No complaints.
Yeah, and for those that don't know, Susan basically is kind of our megaphone for all the stuff that Carissa, Kim, Brandee, Peter, even Mimi through social media have produced. Susan's kind of been that fun. um, Susan's been that funnel where everything kind of flows in, and then she produces a little bit of a product, and out it goes to the Hearst world, which is no small task. Top of your head, anything you're looking into next year aside from joining us again?
Just joining, being around people, socializing. I think I had taken for granted. I'm usually an introvert, and I'm usually inside and like to myself. And now that I'm forced to be constantly inside and to myself, I'm missing being able to socialize, and having taken that for granted when I could have been out and, just to go to a bar or watch a concert or just be around people. I'm excited for all of that.
Yeah, well, I think we could also amen to that. Good, Susan. Well, welcome. Welcome welcome to 2020. From Cash to Carissa. I guess I, without even knowing, picked my two little office mates. And Carissa, this has obviously been a unique year. Thankfully, I run across your path on the street once in a while in the Weehawken and Hoboken area. Reflecting on this year, what do you got? Anything?
Yeah, so for anyone who doesn't know, Nick and we live about, I don't know, 0.2 miles away from each other.
Yep.
So throughout this whole time, I mean, even before this, I've been able to see Nick. So I am thankful to see somebody from work throughout this whole time. And it's just so funny how we just randomly walking down the street and I'll be like, there he is again. Or Nick will be running and I'm like,
Got to get those
and I'm always
steps.
walking. Racer there. So I'm always happy to see him. I'm so thankful that we can do these Zoom calls, that the technology is there for us to still be able to connect and see each other. You know, for me, I feel like I've gotten closer to friends during this time, right? I've gotten closer to some family, been able to reconnect with, you know, one friend in particular that, you know, I've known her since 8th grade, but she lives close and we've never put the time and effort to, you know, connect. But during this time, I've seen her so much and it's meant a lot to me to, you know, not only get closer to her, but, you know, other people in my family.
Great. Yeah, no, that's so true. And as a guy, it's harder to admit that, like, you know, feelings. And I admit that with my friends and all that kind of stuff. It's so true. It's we're disconnected, yet I think the conversations we have are a little bit more well intentioned. Like actually asking, how are you? And not how are you? Which is always just like, you know, a thing. Like, how are you? I'm fine. Oof, makes me cringe. Anything next year? What do you think?
I don't know. I think for myself, just setting up some goals, just keeping consistent with workouts and just, you know, maybe becoming a better cook. I'm trying different recipes here and there.
Ooh,
So
nice.
just keeping myself busy with whatever I could do.
Good, good. I like that. And that transition is perfect because I went from the two people that I work with most closely in proximity to that little cooking word to yeah, Miss Brandee, who works remotely most of the time. Um and as our registered dietitian slash nutritionist. I don't know what's more appropriate, registered dietitian or nutritionist.
Registered dietitian, but both. So
Okay. So Brandee, same question. I know it's funny for me to say this, but you're a little bit more long-winded than some of us. So I'm going to keep you on that 2-minute timeline.
okay.
At least I'm the same, right? There's some.
I was like, you talk a lot too. I do. When it comes to nutrition, I'm like, I have a lot to say. And I apologize. There's just so much stuff I want to tell everybody. But this year has been, you know, tricky. And with Hearst, it's been great because actually you guys helped push me out of my bubble, similar to what Susan was talking about. Like, I'm not an introvert, but I don't like being on camera. I didn't like the whole, like, when we first started, you know, Carissa and I, or just we would talk like, oh my gosh, like doing classes on camera and just talking to the camera and doing food videos. I want to do it. I like it. I don't want to be on camera. So this year has definitely pushed me out of my comfort zone, and I appreciate that for what it's worth.
Yeah.
And I appreciate, again, connecting to people in a different way. Like you say, same thing you mentioned, like clients, friends. I can't hug them, but the conversations are different, and the connections that over these past 9-10 months seem just somewhat deeper.
Yeah. And honestly, you know, you've mentioned adjusting to the camera, and we're all in some way either social birds or maybe not so much, but we all have to make that same transition to the damn screen. And you've been consistent from day one with Food Fridays. Thank God, because sometimes I can't come up with anything. So you're actually the voice of reason with a professional background in it. And yeah, and you set us up for the weekend because we're all like at that point in time reaching for the bag of ranch Doritos, and then we kind of scale back like, okay, I'll cook this weekend.
And I'm like, no, watch the video. I have information.
And next year, anything else?
Oof, you know, I don't know what next year is going to entail.
Sure.
All I can think, you know, there's lots of things that I would love to do in this world and for my life, but you know, regardless of whether they'll happen, I just have to remember that you know, I just got to take time for me, and I got to do what's important to me, and it's just a balance. Sometimes it's like, oh, I don't do anything all day and I feel terrible, and then it's like, it's okay. Then the next day I get up and find some kind of motivation to do it again. So I think it's just the balance, a better balance, and then when we get back, we figure that out too, because that's going to be a crazy nuance life.
Yeah. Balance is key. Very good. Maribel, I know your camera's not on, but I want to see if I could give you the time to pop it on. And if you're in a quiet area, are you in a quiet spot?
I hope so, because I'm in the break room, so I'm hoping nobody will come in to interrupt.
Because you've got an interesting little announcement for the future as well, I think.
Yes. So I have my little bundle of joy. I found out he's a boy.
Oh, that's news.
Yeah.
We didn't know that.
Yes.
We knew there was a bun in the oven, but we didn't know if the, okay.
Yes. So to expect it to give birth April 4th. But yeah, just so looking forward to that much. My
Very
daughter's
exciting.
excited. Yeah. She's so happy.
Very exciting stuff.
Yeah.
Anything about this year that, I mean, obviously, I think that announcement is the biggest thing about this year. So maybe we just leave that there. I guess, and this really is gonna be the year of your newborn boy, hopefully, I guess, right? Because the future is gonna be all about him too. How did your daughter, who's what, is she 9?
She's 9, yeah.
How did she take that? Because I think it's a fascinating age to know that you're gonna be a big sister.
Well, she's been waiting since she was like 5, so she was super excited that it was actually happening, and she was hoping for a girl, but still happy we got a boy, because she was like, I can still play with him, so it's okay.
Oh, it sounds amazing.
Yeah.
And I think they're gonna both be each other's biggest fans, because I've only had a brother, but I have 2 nieces, and there is something very unique about the boy-girl dynamic when it's family. I know I'm excited for you guys. I'm sure everyone else is. Obviously, you're through the moon.
Yeah.
We can't wait. I don't know when we're gonna go back, but I'm sure we'll have you back as a mommy of 2 then at that point.
Yeah. So I'm honestly missing you guys. I just can't wait to go back. So
same.
one thing. Yeah.
And you have an experience once, what we're gonna do a little bit later on when I go through some corny team awards, but you're in there. Obviously, everyone's in there, so stay tuned for that. I think yours is especially special as everyone's is, because listen, you and Kim especially have the amount of energy that at 6 o'clock in the morning is almost suspicious. So thank you for all of your efforts. And let me actually go to Kim, since she's kind of your partner in crime for the morning. The third of your 3 amigos of Deborah won't be here today, but Kimbo, you also have a similar baby story, but not to freak anybody out.
Not me.
Yeah.
Not me.
Right.
No, but to your point about like the suspicious amount of energy in the morning, that's all her. Like I'm a bit of a psycho. Like if no one's around, she's seen it. I'm just like, look, where's my coffee? I'm here. I made it.
She's like, it's consistent. It's consistent. And in the morning, the one thing you need to be is consistent, among other things. But it's like, wow, that's amazing.
But where she's like super consistent, sweet. I'm like, blah, when it's like me and her, and then the second somebody comes in, hey, I can turn it on. But
yeah, a little actress comes out.
Yeah, right. I need it.
So Kimbo, the performer, you've had quite a great year, actually, all things considered. So what's up?
Yeah, I kind of hate, like, it's this balance between like a lot of people are suffering right now.
Sure.
So on a global scale, like I don't want to, say anything weird, but on a personal level, like thankfully I'm very grateful in that nobody that I know has gotten sick or myself. And I've been able to, because of this whole thing, have a lot of time to focus on some things that I've been kind of letting by the wayside that really are passions of mine, dance, just my own like health journey. This year I have lost about 50 pounds, just over. So
what was that number again?
50.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Just over.
Yeah.
So yeah, and really kind of figuring out some things that, like, as a trainer, I know calories in versus calories out. I know heavy lifting versus hypertrophy versus all of that stuff. Like, I know endurance and all of that stuff. But what I've kind of discovered and honed in over this year, especially for me, but also for my clients, is like that part doesn't change for anybody, right? Everybody is the same. Calories in versus calories out is going to make a difference. But the things outside of that can influence why you might be eating more, why you might be not as active, right? Those are the things that I kind of focused on and figured out for myself, which has led to such success, I should say.
It sure is.
So I feel great. Everything's just gotten a lot. I mean, I was always healthy.
Sure.
But movement wise, as a dancer, like things feel just easier.
That's awesome.
So
yeah, I mean, we're in the health and fitness field. We're always constantly working on goals. I'm not gonna say we're never satisfied, but we should never stop working towards something. It's just, it's innate for anybody. And you absolutely deserve the highest accolades. That's tremendous.
It is, my goodness.
Yeah, right.
Well, the funny thing is, so baby, one of my best friends in New York just had a baby, and I was her hospital person buddy. Do you have your exit buddy? That was me. And there were not a lot of mirrors, so like I haven't really seen myself. So when I got home, I was like, oh dang, I'm looking good. Just had that moment.
I'm almost wondering what the heck is going to be on your horizon for 2021? Like conquering a country. It's like, I don't know, Kim just took over.
You can vote for me in 2028. I'm not quite old enough. But no, for the next year, I want to get into some more dance projects and some more performative projects that I've had cooking for a while. And now I'm like, I got to do it. I'm here. I'm ready. I'm primed. Good. So that's me.
Very good. Thank you, Kimbo.
And then I want a deadlift with a straight bar.
Yeah,
I haven't done since March.
We'll do that eventually. I've got Peter and I've got Mimi. Mimi, I'm going to go with you first since your mic's undone. Peter, get ready, since I know you are the man of Zen. We have 12 minutes, so if I could keep you guys to about 3 minutes each. Sorry to do that.
Me first?
Yeah, of course. You always, ladies always first, man.
Well, as of December, I've been with Hearst 12 years, and I'm grateful to the powers that be that Hearst chose me, because where would I be if they didn't choose me? Let's see, it's been 9 months. I haven't changed my routine. I lay like a dog now 7 days instead of 2 days. And whenever I used to complain, I really should retire. Don't ever retire. It was the worst thing. 9 months. Oh my gosh. And what I can't believe is all these old people that are now running the government.
Yeah.
They should all be retired. Everybody's over 70.
Right.
Older than me. And they're running a country. Me, I can't run my apartment. So here I am. God bless everyone. Healthy, happy Hanukkah to my Jewish friends. And
that's on Thursday, starting Thursday?
10th is the first candle. Is that Thursday?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay, well, happy Hanukkah.
Happy Hanukkah.
Happy New Year and healthy. Oh
prosperous, Mimi.
Prosper. Yes, Steve Schwartz, whenever he would walk out and I would say, Happy New Year, and he would say, you have to say prosperous. So prosperous.
Of course. Prosperity to all, right? I think that's the one thing we all want.
Yes. Health, my goodness.
Health and prosperity, exactly. Well, thank you, Mimi. And listen, I know if I can speak for the membership base unofficially, just hearing your voice and your quips, it's kind of what keeps everybody going. I know everyone's missing what's on the Mimi readers list. Maybe that'll be like next month. Instead of
I tell you, I haven't read a book in 9 months since I've been home.
It's amazing.
Because at home, the TV is on 24 hours.
That's toxic.
I read on the bus and I read on the train. I haven't been on a train or bus, so I'm sitting here looking at the TV.
And sometimes you read at work, but who knows that?
The computer, so I use a book.
Don't worry. When we get back to the office, you'll have to read the how-to manual on how to work our new speaker system.
Indeed, I have to remember everything. My mind is mush. I couldn't remember Maribel's name.
I
wrote to Carissa. I said, "What is my neighbor's name?" I couldn't remember her name.
Mimi, thank you, Peter. You got a tough act to follow, Peter.
Yeah.
Give me your quips, and then I have to jump into our little celebration here.
Yeah, so 2020 was quite an interesting year for me as well. Just started at Hearst, kind of like Susan. I started a few months before, but still kind of learning the ropes when we kind of got into this whole pandemic thing. So yeah, kind of just a crazy year, and being able to kind of adapt and overcome throughout the year, and new learn new things about myself, and just kind of health and fitness this year has kind of been the way I've been able to grow, and kind of like how Nick was saying, being able to be more present and zen, all that fun stuff. Yeah, just kind of adapting, and just becoming a more efficient and better running system all throughout. So yeah, I guess that's 2020, and hopefully in 2021, like Kim said, we could get under those straight bars again and start kind of getting back to some of the old ways that we were accustomed to lifting wise.
Absolutely. I mean, I never do that, but to watch you guys would be really nice. I do enjoy, at least Susan got one of the better videos that we had before we all left, was the pull-up video.
Mm-hmm.
I think all of us, Carissa, Kim, Peter, Susan was in there.
Kim.
That was a great one. Oh,
I think it was Shanique. Yeah, well, I videoed it.
Right.
Mama needs some straps to do pull-ups, but I'm better with my legs. But no, Shanique was the one who kicked me in the head.
Right. We got to get them involved in a future video. Okay, now I don't want to zoom past through this entire deck, but I do have to maybe read it verbatim so I don't get too verbose. You guys know me. But every year I like to celebrate you guys on something that just pops into my head. Usually it's been different ways of traveling into work, different stations at Cafe 57. One of my hobbies I've developed this year, because I've had some extra time, has been watching the stock market and really learning as much as I possibly could on it. So today, kids, you're all a stock that I've picked, and I'll explain why. So here we go. I'm going to share my screen. How do I do this? Yes. We go to, hold on for a second.
Technical difficulties.
Advanced files. Oh God, standard. It was up before. Hold on. How do I do this? It was just working. I'm gonna go here. I can't. This is so not fair.
We need some elevator music.
I'm gonna go to the share here.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, but that's not what I want to see. I had it minimized. There it is. All right, cool. It's here. Sorry, it's only gonna make me go with open with a little bit quicker.
Like they do it at Hearst, they get on the line with you and do stuff.
I know. I apologize for the delay, but here we go, everybody. Full screen mode. All right, 2020 awards. Brandee, Erika, and Sydney, and everyone knows. Well, if you don't know, Sydney and Erika. Sydney leads our wellness division with all the Hearst benefits, and Erika, obviously our on-site massage therapist. But LVMH is the ticker symbol from Moet and Hennessy and Louis Vuitton. Here are just a few of the brands that scream out luxury: Givenchy, Veuve Clicquot, Fendi, Louis Vuitton, Tag Heuer, even yachts. So with our corporate headquarters in Paris and white glove service, all of your needs and expectations are always taken care of. They may not sit at the 14th floor, but these women are pivotal in the delivery of Hearst well-being to its employees in the tower and beyond. And as we know, Hearst is a fine selection of benefits as Sydney helps connect to our population. Brandee serves our population heaping amounts of nutritional guidance and has the challenge to make asparagus great again. And while, thank you very much. And while I can't read my own screen right now.
Erika's service.
Yeah, who could read that? Go ahead.
Erika's services are tranquil
Sanctuary.
sanctuary where members can escape for serenity amidst the bustling vibe of the Hearst Tower.
Perfect. Sorry. Moving ahead. Carissa, you are J&J. Johnson & Johnson is one of the most successful healthcare companies and has a wide reach with many products for the home, hospital, and all of those scrapes and bumps. Plus, it's from Jersey. I might need Kim for you to read the last two sentences of every slide. Carissa's ability to gather her diverse group a group fitness team and unleash them on our rabid members is surely one of the antidotes needed for a healthy lifestyle. There is no sense of camaraderie like a fun group fitness class. Like J&J, she keeps our closet stocked with amenities and locker room products, which is totally full, by the way. And also, I think I remember what I wrote here. She might qualify for teledoc because all of our classes have now gone online. So, well done with J&J, Carissa. And if you're curious, all those stalker symbols are there, and those are the prices last week.
Okay.
Moderna. Deborah's not here, but if you haven't heard, Moderna has made huge advances in vaccines and therapies by utilizing a protein in our body called mRNA. This year, the Moderna stock has been incredibly volatile, but also very successful because of its viable answer to a little thing called COVID-19. Deborah's work ethic and complete control of the morning rush and all the moving parts in the morning of the locker room sets us up for success for the rest of the day. For the morning when she's not there, it can be volatile, like our lovely Deborah. So where's the rest of it?
But in the end, she's the medicine we need. No matter what year or pandemic is going around.
Beautiful. Thank you, Deborah. 4 minutes to go. Juan Carlos also not here, but he is Microsoft. Every employee uses a basic operating system that guides everything they do in the office at their home workstation, of course. Microsoft has Windows, Outlook, Skype. It even has the Xbox. Very quietly, it is a market cap of over $1.6 trillion, and we rely on Microsoft products every single day. And there's also a little bit of fun when the time is right with the Xbox. So JC is the epitome of quiet consistency, like Microsoft. He's an operating system that you can rely on and one that helps frame our entire operation. Kimbo, take the rest.
He could be a stock called, I don't know what that is.
Mercado
the
Libre.
Amazon of South America. But nobody can deny that when he plays his fun music, he is 100% an Xbox.
Beautiful. Thank you, Kimbo. Kimbo,
Hey!
you are Zoom. Zoom. This high definition video cloud-based company exploded this year. People use Zoom as a verb for video meetings. Sometimes people Zoom for work, or other times people Zoom for happy hour with their friends. People even Zoomed for Thanksgiving. What's unique is that Zoom didn't invent video conferencing. It just does it better than all the other options. Kim's command of the screen on our IGTV has been a silver lining to the stay-at-home trend. We knew she could shine doing it, but we never needed to launch virtual classes before. Her layers of talent are like Zoom's multi-uses. Read it.
She's just as good at dancing as she is lifting, as she is at happy hour or delivering a friend's baby. And her colorful personality is also in HD.
There you go.
True.
I love that.
True.
Maribel, you are Starbucks, kid. You don't get a coffee. You don't get a coffee. You get a Starbucks. It's in your veins and welcome that warm, inviting buzz to get your day started. And when suddenly it gets taken away, withdrawals. Starbucks pivoted with drive-through and continued to deliver on their mission to keep people moving with an added pep to their step and a name on their cup. Although she will be the first to admit that she drinks Caffè Bustelo, Maribel's smile and energy is exactly why members get in the morning fitness habit. Kim?
They're hooked. When people are back in the office, that first sip of Starbucks will be magical, just like Maribel's welcome.
Thank you.
Under 100 seconds. Here we go. Mimi, you are Berkshire Hathaway. Warren Buffett might be the single most successful investor of our generation. The Oracle of Omaha has a storied past and can share lessons of stock trades he made or shouldn't have made. But in the end, he's built a massively successful fund that includes industrials, banks, pharma, food and agriculture, and many, many more. Mimi might know the most members during her time at Hearst, longest tenured. She's Mimi from the Bronx and also has a storied past. Ask her about meeting Harry Belafonte in the 70s. But in the end, she's forged bonds with all kinds of members and
millennials, executives, Lisa from Cafe 57, and the random guests Nick brings in.
Thank you, Mimi. Thank you, Kimbo. Peter's Beyond Meat. We're less than a minute. A young company with upwards potential in an untapped market. Beyond Meat makes food products with tastes like meat. Without a doubt, I'm going to go to the bottom. In my mind, Peter has only just started his young career on the right track. What a weird first year. I would say Peter definitely is Beyond Meat because he's a smart guy too. With that said, I still remember bringing Peter 2 stuffed pork chops that he ate in 2 seconds. Thank you very much, Peter. I have to go to the next one. Sorry. Susan is Facebook, the ultimate in the community building. Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp. Just wait for the Oculus. read Facebook on your own. I'm going to email this to you guys. Susan's ability to direct our ship and adapt her skill set helped our entire program deliver some of the most important content of the year to hundreds of people across the country. Maybe she didn't write the news every day, but she sure as hell made sure it was